Mm. All right, let's get into this.
Bring us in, Joey.
What's going on, Swagga family?
Oh
It's your
shit!
boy the Joker.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I was just there. It's your boy the Joker here. Today our topics are about traveling. Some do, some don't, and why. Want to bring us in, Black Ninja?
No, tell us why. Tell us why.
One thing people who travel all the time via car, air, but some of my, hosts think otherwise.
It's not a problem. My thing differently. It's facts. I mean, financially, people can't travel, or the myth they can't travel, or some kind of reason. I mean, because they can't afford it. I think, especially among us, I think half the time we don't know. So everybody think you got to pay up front, pay all this money. Don't know you get it's just like a down payment on your closing layaway. You put down payments on it.
I mean, I get you. I mean, I think with airlines, Frontier and Spirit helped more people have access to flying.
Spirits go.
I mean, I'm saying when they were here, uh, it gave access for more people to fly that weren't able to afford. Because, like I said, economics is a big thing. A lot of people don't leave where they're from, or
But can people travel anyway? I mean, can they afford it? That's the thing about it. Can they afford
it? So I think for a lot of people that probably decide not to travel, one is probably a little bit of what you would say is ignorance, that they don't know. They'll assume right off the bat that they can't afford a flight somewhere without even trying to research it and see what prices are out there. And that's just off my personal experience. I remember trying to get from point A to point B, and I'm driving, and I was young, still in my teens, and I didn't even bother looking to see if I could afford the flight. It would be cheaper than me driving literally almost across the country to get to point B. So I drove. The and that was for vacation. So for me, it was not knowing and not looking into it to travel by flight.
would you say? Well, I got a question for you guys. Have any of you been to Disney?
Yeah, I've never been to Disney.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been myself. I mean, we went. We drove 2 days from
Yeah.
Jersey the way down there.
I flew.
Well, it's just like
You drove or flew?
I do better than that. First time I drove to Florida, period, because like you said, in my younger years, I drew to Florida after I became a grandfather and started going to Florida with my grandkids. But as far as that, I've never been on a plane before. Like you said, to go down there on a plane, like out of ignorance or not knowing, or whatever you want to call it, I didn't think I could afford it, which I really could have. It just, I would be like this. Where you at got a lot to deal with what you do. It's just like anything else. Georgia, certain states got more of us in there than other things, right? We're more concentrated in certain areas. So to see a black doctor or whatever, or people traveling is common, right? But when you're in a certain area, we're gonna see a lot of us. So our sources are short or smaller than the average person. When I grew up, traveling is like Detroit said, it's by car. Plane, we never heard of it. There's no such thing. We never look at it because, like I said, never thought you could afford it. So anything outside the East Coast, which was common when you were a kid, New Jersey, South Carolina, North Carolina, DC. That's far we went. Even New York was something special if you went there. So I mean, I think where that what's called area code, that I do it also.
I do think after we experience the vid, that traveling came a little easier. I think with what was it all these car riding apps now. You got Lyft and all these different things that you can like. Temptation got I guess I think easier now. Before it was like cab wherever. Now you can just go on the app and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go over here now," and then you can go. Like you could pay the cost to get a long trip to from here to New York if you wanted to now.
Right.
So I think traveling was made a little easier.
Well, how about this? Do a lot of people, I can say, I am black, so I can say us, right?
Yeah.
Do you know a lot of blacks that really travel overseas?
Well, I know a lot of people we go to Miami.
Right. That was the thing for us back then.
It all depends, like you said, how you were brought up, because there are a lot of black people that travel. I mean, you go online, something like YouTube or something, and you'll see they call them passport bros. You know, and these guys are traveling to Thailand, Costa
DR.
Rica, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So really, I think social media probably opened a lot of things up for people to see and say, you know what, I'm gonna do that too. You know, so maybe now, you know, you got more people traveling, but you know, when you go back, like I said, you know, my upbringing was probably can't afford it.
Yep.
You know, so why even bother? If you can't drive to that location, then it ain't worth going anyway.
And
Right.
then we got that stereotype, whatever that vision that planes are dangerous. And I can, like you said, can afford it, and it's dangerous. Mainly dangerous. I'm not getting on a plane. I'm just scared of them heights, but they don't know you get more accidents on the road than an airplane in the sky crashing.
There's a lot more cars on the road than anything.
Mhm.
And you know, then you got to think too. If you fly somewhere, so let's say you know you live on the East Coast, but you want to take a trip, let's say to Texas, right? You say, okay, I'm going to fly. Well, now you have to plan your flight. You have to plan your hotel, right? You have to plan how you're going to get around, whether it's going to be by, you know, ride share, taxis, or you're just going to walk to wherever you want to go, you know, depending on where your hotel's at. So that's like added. And a lot of people feel like, well, I can't afford all of that, you know, plus entertainment, plus food and everything and stuff. And then when you fly, unless somebody's going to drop you off at the airport, you got parking fees, right? They're hitting you something close to $17.50, $20 a day to park your car at the airport. You know, so if you're fortunate enough to get dropped off, that's better. So you got to look at all of those costs that come with a flight. Will the flight get you there a lot quicker? Oh yeah, it'll get you there a lot quicker. But you also now you got to look at what other costs are going to be in there.
Yeah, I mean, but we got other forms that we don't think about. Like Greyhound or
No,
Amtrak or something.
I think. See, that's why I say that thing we put on there, our title was a little too broad. I'm more like flying. Cause anybody will take a bus. Anybody take a train. The average person is scared of heights. They're scared of planes. They can't afford it. I'm talking. I want to talk more on that part of it, like that plane. That plane changed a lot of things. Where it takes you 12 hours to get to California. Well, what 60 hours to California? It takes you for 6 hours on a plane. It take you 3, 4 by Vegas. So there's a big difference.
Yeah.
It's not like you got, you don't drive. I mean, you have to drive, but if you got more 4 or 5 drivers, you're gonna stop and break that thing up. It takes you about a week to get to California. If you let you drive straight through, and then you got that jet lag, plane lag, boat lag, car lag, but you can be tired. So how much can you enjoy?
Hey, but there's means to the end.
But the means to end is about the plane, though. I'm trying to figure out about the plane. Because like I said, growing up, I thought it was strange to see a black person to catch a plane. Like Big Shorty said, a lot of us because ignorance and financially. And we got this phobia of being in a plane, of crashing. Minorities, as far as us, I can speak on, we got a habit of phobias, a lot of phobias. Plane is one of them. My niece, when I crashed in Myrtle Beach, they could have put a plane. You know what she did? She drove down. She not get on that plane. I know they will not do it, but and I tell them, don't shut yourself short because you don't get on the plane. You can't. Yeah, just can't do it. That's what I said. It's a lot of phobias with flying in a plane. And like I said, the other one is a financial. We've been exploring for a while, but we know we first did, like you said before. We're like, man, I can say it better. Look, when I was a grown ass man, a job, making good money, and the guys at the same job I got, or we going to California, we going to Bahamas or whatever. I'm like, how you afford that, bro? I didn't understand that till one of my coworkers sat me down and said, bro, why you not travel? I said, bro, I don't got travel. They said, I can't afford what y'all doing. He said, bro, you can. I said, how? I ain't got the money you got.
You give him the game.
And he gave it to me. He says, a trip based on whether it be a cruise, everything got certain things, criteria you have to follow, right? Your boat got to be paid 30 days prior to your leaving, departure. Vacation is like a week or something like that. Everything got their criteria. I don't care, quote me on that, but I'm not sure. But I know you just don't not pay all at one time. $5,000. Can I afford $5,000 at one time? I could have if I had to. Will I do it? No. I have to go ahead and make payments.
Well, we're giving the game a little bit, though, man. I know that like ourselves, we pulled together and then went on our trips.
Yeah. Well, again, I say something about that. I would never think I've been positioned. A bunch of black men. Oh no, let me say it. Black Hispanic. I think that's what I no. Black Hispanic, that little crew are minorities. And we travel quite a bit. But I never thought I'll see that because that's a learning process.
But you also got to look at too is when we take our trips, somebody typically takes the lead and say, all right, this is the flight we want to take. So right now, get online, go to that specific airliner and book your ticket. Because right now it's going for this price. So somebody kind of directs that, and then what hotel we staying at? Somebody directs that too. So we all stay at the same hotel. You know what I mean? Somebody also directs how we getting around.
It's like get a rental, like a coordinator.
Okay, you know what I mean. So there's things that go into when you're gonna fly. There's things that go into it, and that's us. But let's say a family is going to travel, they got to do the same thing. Whether the husband or the wife makes all the plans as far as the itinerary or the trip.
Logistics.
So and it could be stressful. So if you got somebody, let's say it's a single person and they are not used to flying and they're going to decide to take a trip for the first time, they're going to decide to go to Las Vegas. They're going to be online. They're probably going to be a little skittish about where they pick in, what time the flight is going to be leaving, what time the flight's going to be coming back. When you get, let's say it's not a direct flight because stops in between is a little cheaper than going straight, right? And then you got some locations that you can't fly straight in. You have to go to a hub, and from there you fly in. So, and I'm saying this because let's say you start your flight from your point A, wherever it is, you get to your first stop of your flight, you get off the plane. Now you got to find the next gate. You may never have been at the airport before. And you might be a little bit behind schedule. I've seen many people running full tilt to an airport to get to their next gate, and then you get on there. Now you gotta board. But let's say you miss your flight. You know what I mean? Like this is a lot of stuff that goes into flying. And some people, and I say that because my point is, some people would rather not deal with it. Especially if they're not familiar with it. They're like, yeah, nah, I'm driving. If it's too far away, then I'm gonna find another place to go. And they stay local. But I also think too, like I said, I think a little bit more financial too. Because like I said, half the person never been out of states. They think we're on the East Coast. The average person think traveling to Florida is that's the place. But how many people have seen more than how many states we got? 51, 52? 50. We got 50 states. How many people say how many they've been to?
Oh,
51.
So I try.
Well, if you had Puerto Rico,
They don't stand it. They don't stand
What
it.
do you mean? Hey, I was
I mean, so if people don't know, right, you can do more in the United States than you do across seas, but they refuse to go. Besides on the Eastern comfort zone, like I said, the average person here either don't go no farther west than if they go Georgia, they bring it back in. But the average coast still West Coast. We're West Coast, still on West Coast driving. But that's all California. California one of the biggest states. There's not too much to me. There's a lot in Washington, Seattle, Washington State, but it's not what you call a big tourist area, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the East Coast is more hotter than West Coast as far as traveling.
Vegas
Okay.
is pretty big.
Vegas not that big.
It's
That's
not,
not
but
big.
I mean, I feel like going there.
But it's not really considered the West Coast. Though.
Yeah, no. That's still central. Central West. But here's the thing about though. My thing is, a lot of people don't drive because they're scared or they can't afford it or they think they can't afford it.
And when you say afford, that's also people saying, "Well, I ain't got that type of
money,
time at work.
Well,
I'm not, I'm not taking. It's too long of a
time
break
off.
from work, and I need that money."
Ain't that amazing? And like you said, based on your job, you might not get paid for being away from work, and like you say, you might need that money. That can't come out of financial. Excuse me. So you try to tell me you can't take time out of your life to just have fun, enjoy yourself, relax. Some people think a weekend is a getaway. I mean, it all depends how you look at it, but that's not really a vacation.
It's
That's
not,
a weekend.
it's a weekend getaway. That's why it's not even termed the same.
No,
it's not vacation.
No.
But see, you have some people too that whatever job they're on, and I don't care if they're making good money at that job, they're so used to working overtime that they don't want to see a regular check.
Right.
So they're so ingrained in getting that money that, oh wait a minute, I'm gonna take a week off. Yeah, you won't get paid because you're on vacation, but it ain't gonna be a week of pay with overtime on it.
And crazy part, people are satisfied with that. They think, okay, if I don't take off, I ain't gonna miss nothing, but you really are. It's subconsciously you are hurting yourself because they give you. Matter of fact, we're the only states, continent America, that don't force you to take time off. Other countries make you take time off.
I know.
For you, do you think there's more to life than work where you want to enjoy yourself at some point?
Say it one more time. I'll make sure I hear you right.
You think there's more than work? And then I guess the question would be so that you can enjoy life.
You saying it's more to life?
Is there more in life than work?
Otherwise,
where you can enjoy some
and don't know how to enjoy yourself, basically.
Listen, okay. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you quit your job today, will that job fold?
No, what now?
If you quit your job, if you quit your job today, will that job fold, or will it continue with somebody else in your position?
It will keep going.
Right.
So why would not?
So what's so important about working instead of taking a vacation? If I heard you right, I'm not.
I guess because I've been there where I was going hard at work, and then things happened, and then I realized like putting all your time in this. You only have one life to live, so you should take your time if you have time at work to go somewhere.
Okay, yeah, you should, because again, if you're not at that job ever again, you decide to quit today, is that job gonna be there?
Yeah.
For somebody else gonna fill your shoes. So work, and if you can, take that vacation. Because I don't care if you do 25, 30, 35, 40 years at a job, you're eventually gonna move on and somebody gonna step in your place. This is another thing too when it comes to travel. A lot of people say I'm gonna do most of my traveling when I retire.
Yeah.
What is the average age of retirement?
70.
It kind of is an
Late 60s, 70 years old.
People are retiring and they're having to go back to work.
And they have to go back to work. So I'm going to do all my traveling when I retire, right?
Don't do it.
Some people don't make it to retirement,
Don't do it.
and if you do make it to retirement, and you're at, let's say, your late 60s or 70s, 72, whatever, you might have some medical issues that now you can't fly. You waited all this time, you worked all this time to get to retirement so you can do all the travel. You want to go see Italy, you want to go see all these places, and now you got health issues, and a long plane flight just ain't gonna work for you.
And well, that's only make it darker, I guess. But some people are not even getting to that age.
That's what he
No,
said. That's what he's talking about.
So
They're not
like,
getting-
so you waiting all this time, and you might even like get to that age.
Exactly.
I mean,
Because ain't no day promised.
God forbid. I mean, it's a thing.
And you don't know what physical condition you're going to be in.
That's the main thing. Yeah.
So why not, if you have the opportunity to travel, why not travel?
There's so many ways.
You know?
You get a travel agent. I mean,
Some people don't travel because they got pets.
Yeah. Or
They don't want to put their pet into a shelter or
they got to take care of
a
somebody.
kennel. So the only time they're traveling is if they could drive there and take their pets with them. You know, I've seen people travel with their pets on the plane and stuff like that, but I'm talking about people that had like big dogs, stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, my dog suffers from this or that. I ain't putting them on no 5-hour flight. They're not flying because of their pets. Pets part of their family.
but there's ways that you can figure it out.
Well, like again, we
going dry.
We go on topic, off topic. What I'm saying is that I repeat this again. What do you think is a myth that a lot of people don't like driving? I mean, flying for a reason besides financial.
Could be fear. I'm saying, but there's different airlines. There's other ways that you can do it. You can get certain credit cards and use your points. Let's say, quick, this a disclaimer. All this is just us talking. This is not advice.
Oh yeah,
But there's ways that you can get certain credit cards to get points and buy flights, or certain sites you can use online to buy certain plane tickets to certain places, or you can use the casinos. You can get a bus somewhere, or there's what's it called? You can pay for the cruises, and then you go to all the ports and stuff. So there's ways to travel and find deals. You just have to find a way online and watch some YouTube. There's a lot of people out there giving out hints on how to do all this for a whole lot cheaper.
I just feel like it's not a myth. I think it's more of a lack for some, a lack of understanding, knowledge as that goes, depending on what what their background is.
Yeah, it's scary trying to, like you said, get travel, find somewhere to stay, and how to get around while you're there. That's a lot to do.
but I still, like I said before, it still comes down to the same thing. A lot of people are scared. Just travel, just scared to be in that plane. It's just that phobia of being in that plane. Because, like I said before, when I got injured, they could have flown a little bit faster. But matter of fact, go a little farther. My mom said to me and to our family, brothers and sisters, I would never, ever get on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever. I got in an accident in Myrtle Beach on bike week. And they flew me back in a lanyard jet. I looked at my mom. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them. I looked at my mom. I said, "Yeah, Mom, you ready to go?" I'm really drugged up, but I do remember that so vague, so strongly in my mind. I'm tapping her, and I said, "Mom, after you said you never get on a plane." She got on that plane because of me. So I felt like I did something before she passed away. Like I got on that plane. But you got some people just not. My mom was a diehard about that. But once you get on it, it's easy.
I disagree with that. I don't think it's easy. Listen, I mean, it's easy for me because I've been on multiple planes and stuff like that. But I think if I have to think of a person if I have to imagine somebody just like first getting on a plane, it's scary because you're not in control. And once you get on that plane and it lines up on that runway, from standing still to that flight speed, it's quick.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
quick.
it is.
And then when the plane starts to lift off the ground,
You feel that pressure pushing back in the seat.
and if you happen to be by a window and you're able to look out and you can see how fast that land gets further away from you, it does something to you. And God forbid that plane catches a little bit of turbulence.
Oh yeah, turbulence. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's scary, but it's normal. It's normal for everything I just said. It's normal. Even the turbulence. The plane might shake. It might even drop a few hundred feet. But the planes are designed for that. It's designed to be hit by lightning bolts, right? A plane can also fly if one of the engines goes out, right? I just seen on the news an American flight engine was taken out by a bird on takeoff, and it was able to do a loop. It came back. Of course, they're gonna call it a mayday, emergency. They're gonna come back, but that plane probably could have flew to wherever destination they was going to. But in the eyes of caution, they're gonna land as soon as possible. So they got everybody off the plane safely. But I'm just saying, if you're not used to flying, all those things you're going to experience. But you look around you and you'll see the people that's used to it. They're going to be calm. They're going to be asleep. They're going to be on their laptops, tablets, watching a movie. And you're going to be sitting there sweating, gripping the the arm rails. But it's normal. And the same thing with landing. You start to come down, from 30,000 feet or whatever, and you might hit some turbulence or whatever. And once that plane get down, and some pilots, they can land smooth. Some come down a little bit harder.
A little faster too.
But and when they hit them brakes, everybody goes forward a little bit. You seatbelt it in, but it's all normal. So I just think if I was a new flyer and I experienced that, I'd be a little shook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm comment on that too. My first flight was 18 years old, and I flew from Philadelphia to Germany. And like you said, they put me in the back seat. Back seat. Everybody know when a plane takes off, the last to leave the ground is the bottom half. So I'm looking at the plane. I'm looking hard. I'm on a aisle seat. I'm looking. I'm like, oh shit! And the plane's going back, and I feel the force pushing me back. And everybody know the closer you are to the middle, the less turbulence you feel. We're going to Germany. Turbulent. It was a damn turbulence. It was a storm. It was a thunderstorm. I'm 18 years old. I'm riding in this plane. All in the back, everything that thing moved, I'm feeling it. That's the first I think I found God. Because I can explain it. Now I understand it, but back then, like you said, they got lightning bolts, even hit the engine, you can still land that thing. But when you're young and naive, you think about if something hit this plane, we're done. Ain't like TV. I went to last minute, jump out and walk around like Bugs Bunny do.
Right. You don't know.
So I'm telling you, when it did it to me, I was praying. I closed my eyes. I couldn't sleep. By the time we landed in Germany, I think it was a 13-hour flight. No, I think it's more than that. When I landed, I was so behind the time, stressed out. I've landed. Long story short, I was done. That's just probably getting from Frankfurt to my unit. So I have stress on me all over the place. But yeah, like you said, once you get on one time, twice, you're okay. You're going to be nervous, but think how many times you got nervous on a ride at an amusement park? You were nervous then. I know I was.
I look at it like this. There's a lot of flights that happen all day, every day. But a plane crash is rare.
Very rare.
Rare, opposed to driving, where people drive all day, every day, and you hear a car accident all day long. All day long.
As, I think also the ideal that people are saying, well, if I get a car accident, I can get out my car and walk away. And that plane drops.
Right.
It's a problem.
Yeah. Because you gotta come down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta have a place to land. If not,
If the
it's gonna be bad, you know.
if the wheels might not open up, then again might not right. Come on, man. I mean, but these are rare situations.
It's rare.
Very rare. Everybody, I'm telling you, put it this way: if you can travel, people travel. I can emphasize, even if you travel the United States, just travel, see the world. Because, like you said, if you can afford it, you can. If you got a car, or so got a payment, you can afford it. Because the only time a chick really takes is monthly payments.
That's it.
You talk to an airliner or a travel agent, they'll tell you pick your destination, they pick your room, how many times you make, put your money up. It's a reservation for you to go. Pay your reservation, put your monthly installments in payment, and you're good. I'm telling you, if I knew what I knew back then when I was 19, yeah, I've been traveling more than I travel now. But anyway,
How we doing?
I'm doing good.
Wrap it
Good,
up.
You don't say that, though, but
Huh.
No, we're gonna move on to our next topic.
okay.
What we got for us?
Well, I ain't got nothing.
No,
All right, let's jump on another topic
What
then.
we gonna be on?
Well, I like I said before, since we want traveling, let's talk about how we travel. Let's talk about how we do things. You know what I mean? How we got together in this situation. How we got back on this podcast. How we got ourselves together. How we trying to get better with this. Why not do that, right? Let's talk about that. Go ahead. You know how we just talk to them. To the podcast. Come on, brother. You can't be quiet all the time. Talk.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm just sitting here listening, gathering my intel of what's going on.
Well, I would say
What
like one of our compadres, Ace, and him, we had a conversation like a couple years ago. We were just having lunch. You're like, yo, let's go to Florida. You're like, yeah. So we went and found some flights on a Spirit. The housing was set up because his mom was down there.
Spirit, don't you?
I don't, because I'm big as hell. I can fit in the damn airplane.
Yeah, I got free with Spirit's tight. We did
Yeah, I'm
twice.
6'5". It's just crazy.
And I'm 6'8". That's beyond crazy.
Being there like a sardine.
Wait. How tall are you?
I'm 6'8".
Well, my worst flight was on a Spirit. The seat didn't recline, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?" So that was my one and only time I flew with Spirit.
That was Vegas, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 hours, 5-hour flight.
Matter of fact, since he said that, we was on the back row, the last seat. If you look to the right, it was where the stewardess stay at, the back row open area bathroom. I put the seat down. The seat went like this. I said, "Y'all serious?" I started doing live video on my Facebook. This is what we doing. I can't put my tray down. So what's the tray here for? It was sitting right on my chest.
Nah.
Yeah. So I
got reimbursed.
Well, I wouldn't think about that. We was just happy to get off. You know, like you said, that's our one and only time.
Never again.
Yeah, never, because well, we had to get reimbursed when we were in New Orleans because we got some crazy ass hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's because you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's because we was talking that shit. We was talking that shit. We was talking that shit.
It's a story. Like we booked the rooms and
you were there. I mean, I was there, but what happened when the
Big Show went
Oh,
off?
the
remember? The rooms weren't the same.
Right.
Yeah, we went.
2 rooms were modernized.
And
We had the older rooms.
Yeah. We booked the hotels based off the pictures online. We got there and we're like, "What is this? What is
other
this?"
words, we showed the paradise here, and over here we came into the ghetto.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was crazy because he remodeled.
I was there.
What was the street room? I forget.
300. What's it called? What's that street still? 300.
The name of the street?
Yeah, that area. It was 300 something.
No, it was the old Bourbon Street.
Because something else.
Yeah.
The French Quarters. French Quarters.
No. Frenchman Street. French Quarters.
Frenchman Street.
Yeah.
Frenchman Street. Yeah, Frenchman Street.
Yeah, so
I mean, it was crazy, man. Like we all got there. Okay, tell a story.
But we had fun though.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is this? We went to each other's rooms, and the beds were like damn cots. Like, oh, what the hell is this?
There LED lights and stuff all over the place. The stove was new. The sink was looking good. We walked in like wooden floor palace. That's kind of crazy. So me and Big Shorty went down there and talked to him, like, and we have a good conversation because the maid said, "Yo, y'all talk very intelligent. Call you guys out there." And what happened is we talked to, I think, a regular worker, and we said, "Who are you?" I want to talk to the manager. He said, "Manager." I said, "He ain't got time. What is manager at?" I said, "Wait a minute. I'm a customer. I paid my money, and he tried to tell me he can't fight back."
Yeah,
So we started talking.
he
to
was
him.
scared.
Yeah.
He seen these guys.
And so we'll talk.
He's like, oh,
So we'll talk.
I'm in trouble.
And we didn't talk bully. We're just talking sense.
Yeah.
And we were talking to him, and like I said, he didn't come out. The girls, but by the time we got to talking to him, you know, we came to that conclusion. And one of the waitresses, waiters, maids,
Maid.
the maid, housekeeping. Housekeeper said, "Housekeeper, appreciate you." Housekeeper said, "You know what? Y'all talk very articulate. How you carry yourself, and you pick very good words. I like how y'all did that. I like that." Cause he said to everybody else, "Y'all the only one that got that off."
Yeah. I had a nice room.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think our room was the only one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I was gonna say because I had a nice room. I walked in.
Our
I
room
want
was,
to say our
our
room
room
was the only
was terrible. When we looked at Daryl's room
one. Mhm.
and Pitbull, I'm like, what? Are we paying the same amount of money? Oh no, we
Yeah.
gotta go down there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I would still recommend that hotel. Oh, I definitely would.
Oh yeah, it was a nice spot.
Yeah,
Nice location.
it's like it's not right in the heart of the thing. It's right on the outskirts. The only thing about it is,
It's the old Bourbon Street.
yeah, you walk in that road, you're gonna see some things.
I mean, it was bars lined up and down. I mean, well, you know what? If you have a family, young kids, I don't recommend it
No.
you know,
because they party
the whole
all
time.
the way to
Three,
2
three,
something in the
3 o'clock
morning.
morning,
Yeah, almost every night.
And my room's up front.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a bar right here on the corner.
Yeah.
Across street from us was like two
Like a club.
clubs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we live outside like.
And then next to us
whatever.
was a club that somebody thought was a female club. It would come to be what do you call that kind of club?
Say it right.
I'm trying to get words. Alternative lifestyles. Thank you. And they thought it was what he thought we seen was,
Yeah.
I guess,
Transmissions.
no, what he thought was females was transgender places, or other side. But anyway, it was a nice place. I do, like I said, I won't put them out for kids, but for adults, somebody who want to party in a good area. The bands walking on the street playing their bands in there. It's fun. I mean, like I said, I will go back again.
What other street we went to?
Burma Street.
No, when we saw daytime. When we saw the music and everything going, was that
Canal.
Decatur.
Decatur, you have to hit it too, yeah.
I think it was Decatur.
Yeah.
Decatur, where the flea market was.
Yeah,
Yeah, Decatur, yeah.
I think it was Decatur.
What was that? And then
Decatur.
walking to the casino was crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but you know what? That was a good walk, but it was a fun walk.
It was a mile walk, but it was
Yeah.
hot.
It was hot though, yeah. But it wasn't hot too hot because we had shades and we were just taking our time walking. It's like,
I think we walked to the supermarket.
yeah.
Now that was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you about this one.
Woo!
When we go there, I do all the cooking, to be honest, right? I do all the cooking. So we had a full kitchen. We wanted to save money that would make sense. We cook and make meals that last days. You know what I mean? So we all went, we all walked to the store. We thought it'd be a little closer, come find out it wasn't. And we spent some money. You hear me? We got lunch meat, chicken, we got everything, hamburger, hot dog, we got everything.
We get enough food for
A week, yeah. And we didn't go through it, but we did eat. And what we did was, I think what we did at the end of that week, we gave to the homeless, and they was happy as hell. But we cooked the food for them, so it was already cooked. So we cooked and gave it to them. Man, let me tell you something. No joke. When we spent that car before we pulled out, and they seen us, we grabbed the food out, give it to one dude. Man, they came in like vultures. I mean, I didn't see them. They were sitting back in the cut.
Yeah.
Peekaboo, I see you one of them things.
What do you mean? Like, that shit over. There's a whole like.
Yeah, but we remember I did a U-turn. I think I was driving, right? At the time, I did a U-turn and pulled inside the park and got the food out. I think I was driving.
I think y'all getting that mixed up with
No, that's
Houston.
That's Houston. Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, that show you. Every we go out, we get food. We're not just throwing in trash.
In New
Yeah,
Orleans, we
Houston.
left the food with the housekeeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was happy with that too. I mean, like I said, the
It's
money.
gotta be going to waste.
Yeah,
you know?
we like I said, we give back. You know, man. Like every time we go somewhere, we're doing something positive. That's why we need you guys to subscribe, help us out a little bit. I mean, we ain't the best at this, but we try to get there. So please subscribe, like, and share this stuff, man.
We take the trips and come back and report to you guys
Yeah.
about how they are.
Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna bring I got my little thing called again, DJ.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take it next time we go on vacation. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, we went to the alligator swamp.
Oh yeah, with the alligator one, that was nice. Yeah, the
Yeah.
cemetery.
We did a tour. We did a
The
tour.
cemetery. Yeah.
We had the alligator sausage, the alligators.
He had sausage.
Sausage.
Oh, you had.
I had a sausage.
Yeah, sausage. Y'all had sausage.
And there was something else. We had. Man, cut it.
Pause. No,
Sounds good too.
Sausage made from alligator meat.
Yeah, alligator meat.
That was good. It was different.
Different.
And went to casinos too.
Yes.
Went to casino. Let me tell you something, right? I ain't gonna say no name, but we went there to the casino. We were having fun. Everybody was betting. Everybody having fun. Everybody really make no money, but one of us made money, right? They were playing. I don't know if y'all understand crap. Either you go with the house or you go with the player. So if you go with the house, that means if you roll 11, 12 starting off, he wins. If you roll 7, you lose that money.
Give me your tips.
So if you go no pass line, you can take that bet up anytime you want. Pass line you can't take it. It's called a bet. It's called a contract. So one of my friends take his money. I think it was $15. It was $15. $15. That's what I'm trying to tell you. 15. So count down something like crap like this. Guy rolled dice twice, 7 out. Rolled dice one time, 7 out. He get the number. Once he established that number, he got to roll that number again. If he rolled a 7 at any type, he loses. The guy on the no pass win. Keep that in mind. Now chips, I'm saying they were quarter inch thick. That's the little. That's the thick. Well, imagine nickels. Got a lot about this high. And then, I mean, he won quite a bit. What he's doing, he's doubling up. 15, he give him 15 back. 30, he give him 30 back. So he pile them up, each one's nickel. Well, some people have about that high up.
But there's two.
Well, I ain't done yet. About that high up. That one. Next to power about here. So if you add them up, they're about almost $2,000 that person won. I'm tripping because I never seen anybody do that, keep winning that much money on a no pass. That's very rare. Very rare. So that means nobody never established this number. So I told this person, I said, yo, bro, I said, take that down. I said, yo, take that down, bro. I said, you've been doing hellfire. I said, I can't front. You're doing great. So I said, but I'm gonna put $15 with you just to help you out. But you need to take that up. Somebody said something to us. We both went like this. And we looked back around. Guess what? The money was gone. So the dealer looked at my partner and said, oh, are you okay?
I was good.
Oh, that was you?
Because it was there. It was there, so it wasn't mine.
I wish I could think that way.
That hurt.
That would hurt me. I ain't gonna lie to
That
you.
hurt.
That hurt me because I think if you took it down like I told him for, his whole trip would been paid for.
Yeah, but hey.
Plus money. So, but he's stuck on a scam and don't make money. So, and I understand that. But
Honestly, it was all theirs, honestly. So they're happy.
well, if he feel that way, he could get that money to me. I told him that.
Yeah, I mean, if I go back, I probably would cool it down.
Now that you know.
Yeah.
'Cause that
Well, I was still new to craps.
yeah, 'cause that guy, that table, I 7 out. Everybody 7 out. And I think it went from 1, 2, he was there, right? No, it was somebody else.
I came later. I came up there later.
4.
Yeah, it was only me and you. I think.
No. That guy over here. There was about 5 people at that
No, it
table.
was me, you, and Nut was there.
And somebody and some other guy played the table at the end.
Yeah.
That's what took your money. Everybody kept 7 out.
Yeah.
'Cause
And then what was it? Was that, and then we came back again, and some dude from Atlanta hit all of the
Big low.
the big toes and all some
yeah.
shit, and they had to
Shut it down.
shut the whole thing down, watch the camera.
Pay it.
He left with some money. I was like, oh shit, what's going on now?
But if you think about it wasn't him through. I threw it. That's why I was through that 15. It was me. He had $15 each one. That's all the numbers. He had $15 each number. One paid at that time was 45, and I was like 180. Back then, because now they dropped them down some.
Yeah.
Back then it was 45 to 1 and 80 and 130 to 1. 130 for some sort of crazy mess.
Something like that.
That they shut the table down. And then
They called security over, like,
yeah, and he gave me a quarter. $25.
Mm.
And
like what's going on now? Like, they're kind of
and he was the only one on it. 15 for me add up. Man, that dude said,
like,
I'm out.
oh shit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, folks, we want to say,
Oh, one more thing.
go ahead.
Next time we meet, we're gonna finish that thing off with what Tutal said. What 6ix9ine said about women men and cheating. We went to a book, Why Men Cheat. I met this guy over in Delaware, and he got a book out. It's pretty nice. I've read it. We're gonna talk about this a little bit, and everybody gonna call it, and hopefully he said he'd be alive to talk to us. That's it. I just want to make sure we got this on.
Cool. We're gonna get this up and running with extra things next time. We're gonna try to build it up. We're trying to get there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell other people about us. We're up and coming again. We're about to do things big. So
They definitely travel.
and yeah, we'll be back with more
Don't be
travel
scared.
tips and more trips that we go on and more adventures, things like that. So until then, peace.